Sodor had been going through a particularly gloomy bout of weather. On the rare occasions when it wasn't raining, the skies were still overcast, and dark gray clouds blotted out the sun. Meanwhile, the quarry was all but shut down. The rain had eroded some of the rock, making it loose and slippery. It was therefore too dangerous for the miners to continue work. Presently, Sir Topham Hatt arrived at the quarry. "Bill," he said, "I need you to go and work at the transfer yard for a few days." "Me? Just me?" said Bill. "Yeah," said Ben. "We always work together." "I only need one engine for the job," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I chose from you because the quarry isn't very busy, and a tank engine would be better suited to the work than BoCo." But, argued the twins. "No buts," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Bill, you will report to the transfer yard bright and early tomorrow morning." And Sir Topham Hatt left.
"How could Sir Topham Hatt possibly think of separating us?" said Ben.
"If you ask me," said BoCo, "I wasn't chosen because he wouldn't trust you two at the quarry alone."
"In that case, it sounds like this would never have happened if Mavis wasn't at the diesel works being repainted," said Bill.
The next day, Bill arrived at the transfer yards to start work. He was feeling very sad because he had been separated from his twin Ben. "Why so gloomy, Bill?" said Rosie. "You should be enjoying this little bit of sun we're having while it lasts." Bill was about to reply when his attention was suddenly turned elsewhere.
"Ah, there you are, Mighty Mac," said Freddie. "Where have you been? You're nearly half an hour late."
"You got a problem? Take it up with this guy," said Mighty.
"Me?" said Mac. "How am I supposed to be able to pull the whole train when you're not helping, Mr. Superman Hair Curl?"
"Hey, I told you, it's not hair. It's a strangely placed facial imperfection.
You should really get it removed. It's just adding extra weight onto your already heavy body. Honestly, you need to cut some pounds off, Mighty."
You know why they call me Mighty? It's 'cause I'm all muscle. Maybe if you got in shape, you could help pull the train more and we'd be on time for once."
How can one of you be more physically responsible for a delay than another? You have the same body.
"Maybe you should get some rock and roll music to listen to," said Duncan. "It'll put a spring in your puff, I guarantee you."
"Rock and roll," said Reneus. "I still don't know how you can stand to listen to that junk, Duncan." "The times are changing, old friend," said Skarloey, "and the musical interest of young'uns with them."
"Who you callin' a yogurt?"
What?" said Bill.
"Freddy's old and he's a little deaf," said Rosie. "But thank you for coming. We've really needed your help here." "Yeah, what she said," said Freddy. "My driver needs some milk over here." For the rest of the day, Bill helped Rosie bring trains to and from the transfer station. But he found the work rather dull and unenjoyable without his twin working there beside him. Back at the quarry, even though the sun had come out, the rock was still too slippery and loose for the workers to safely mine it. Ben was trying to entertain himself by bashing cars. But playing with the trucks just wasn't as much fun without Bill there. That evening, Bill had to take a train to Culdee Fell. "Goodbye, Will," said Freddy. "My name's Bill." "Phil? Bill. Dill? Bill! Oh! Sorry, Charlene." "What?"
"Please stop," said Murdoch. "I can never get a moment's peace around here. Don't Sodor engines ever stop talking."
But then Bill had to go. It was a short journey to Culdee Fell, and before long, Bill had arrived. "You look down today, Bill," said Culdee. "What's the matter?"
"I was sent to work at the transfer yard," explained Bill. "But Ben couldn't come with me. I guess I just miss him."
"I understand," said Culdee. "When I'm away from Catherine for too long, I start to miss her. We're very good friends, you know. We have to be, so we can take care of each other on the mountains. Our railway runs over a ridge called Devil's Back. Crossing it in a gale is terrifying. Several of us have had to do it. Patrick, Alaric, even me. When I did it,
Catherine wasn't with me, and I was scared. The winds were so strong, I thought I was going to blow away. I was really too frightened to keep going, yet I did.
How? Said Bill.
I thought about Catherine, and about how she'd be there for me when I got back. It made me feel better. For the longest time I couldn't explain why. But then I figured it out. We're never really separated from those about whom we care the most. Because no matter how far apart we are physically, we're still together at heart. Just then the workman finished unloading Bill's freight cars, and he had to go. "Goodbye, Culdee," he called. "Thank you for the advice. You've made me feel better." And he puffed away. "Goodbye, Bill," said Culdee. "Take care." Back at the transfer yards, everyone was waiting for iBoCo to arrive with a train. Bertram looked into the distance.
Ah, there he is, he said.
Mighty looked too.
He said. Not slowing down. Something must have gone wrong.
"Help! Help!" cried iBoCo. "I can't stop!"
Freddy, get out of the way, said Luke.
"What?" said Freddy. "What was that?"
I said, get out of the...
But it was too late. Great. Just what this railway needs, said Mac. "Ouch! Who hit me?"
I'm so sorry, said iBoCo. I could not stop. The rails were too slippery.
I guess the sun hasn't finished drying up all the rain yet. I guess not, said Luke. At least no one's hurt.
"Help! I can't stop!" cried Bill.
"Ah!" said Bill. "My funnel!" said Bertram. Well, there goes my credibility. When BoCo and Ben heard the news of what had happened, they raced to the rescue. "I say, Peregrine, how on earth are we going to keep paying for the repairs to all of these crashed engines?" Grant was right. We can't go 3 days without having a major accident. "Don't worry, Topham," said Mr. Percival. "I have another, reliable source of income that can help pay for these kinds of things." "Well, that's good news at least. What is this source of income?" "Oh, it's oh, would you look at the time? I must be going. Pansy has a football game tonight." Within a few hours, everything had been cleaned up. The damaged trucks were either put on a siding or being taken away, and Luke was about to take Bertram to the works. "My funnel! My dear, dear funnel!" said Bertram. "Don't worry, Bertram. Maybe your new funnel will be a special squashy funnel like the one Peter Sam has." "It's not squashy, it's square," said Mac. "Looks squashed to me," said Mighty. "Peter Sam thought so too when he first saw it. He told me." "Come on, Bertram, let's get you to the works," said Luke, and he puffed away, towing the still moaning Bertram behind him.
Freddy, why didn't you move out of the way? Said iBoCo.
"Why, yes, it was a good movie, wasn't it?" said Freddy.
Ay, 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 Freddy. You may be fearless and the fastest engine in the hills, but you are deaf as a post.
"I'd better take these cars away," said BoCo. "See you all later." And he hummed off. Meanwhile, Ben and Bill were conversing with each other.
"Thank goodness you're all right, Bill," said Ben. "And it's great to see you again. It really hasn't been a fun day without you." "I missed you too today, Ben," said Bill. "But I've also learned something." "What?" "We're never really separated from those about whom we care the most. We're always together in our hearts."
"Darn it," said Mighty. "Does that mean I'm never going to be rid of this guy?"
"It only applies to people who care about each other, you moron," said Mac.
Speaking of a separation, said iBoCo, poor Bertram and his funnel.
But the twins weren't listening. They were just happy to be together again, now and forevermore.
Operation Silver Avenger is go.